Good morning. How'd you get on your own yesterday? Let's take a look. Shanghai Shenhua, favourites, very strong favourites. Did they score before or after half-time? Well, it was just before, which was a pity. Would have liked to lay that draw second half for the 1.53 outsiders. Brøndby, as reliable as ever. Excellent first match of the season. 3 90-minute goals were actually losing on 3 consecutive occasions in that match and ended 3-3. Suzuki, well, didn't quite work. That penalty miss. Emmanuel Ludis getting the goal for Vejla. That should be your angle in. I was fast asleep by then, I'm afraid. It's about midnight where I am. Early night for me, midnight over here. But this could have been a nice profit for me. What a pity. And you didn't have long to wait in the second half if you did go in the match odds. Don't forget, we've got 2 options. You've got the +1, which covers the draw. And as ever, if the +1 odds are high enough, I tend to stay there. You've got the match odds where you could back Brøndby at better odds, a goal down, lay Vejla a goal up, and off you go. It took a matter of 5 minutes after the first goal, and you were done and dusted. Absolutely fantastic from Brøndby. I told you, reliables, Copenhagen, KUPS, Brøndby, they're starting to show up on the coupons. Do you prefer this lot to Kongsvinger, who lose 5-0 to a third bottom side when they are league leaders? Oh boy. Elsewhere, Rakow will be disappointed with this, but if you did play, depending on the insurance, but you could have taken insurance out there if you trusted Rakow. Bit of a fall from grace, really. They used to be champions a couple of seasons ago. Arka Gdynia could be worth following in the Polish First Division. They were there or thereabouts, but they did score first yesterday. That would have been my angle.
This market is now in play.
Scored first. AIK and Gaias, no strong opinion there. 1.91 pre-match. You could have done insurance. You could have got involved in the first half market. Don't forget, 42 minutes is effectively a full first half to get an equaliser. Insurance would have paid out here on the 0-1. Excuse me. Superettan and Allgrit, no strong opinions there. Tennis-wise yesterday, well, there was one standout play. Did you spot it? Casper Ruud, 1.07 favourite, was available in the match odds market at a high of about, I would say, 1.5, 1.6. Relative to 1.07, that's nearly an 8-1 increase in his odds. If you look at the research...
This market has been suspended.
Vavasori, what I would prefer is to research in play tennis. If you look at Vavasori, if we can go back, can we go back at the head-to-heads? Not too sure. Oh, here they are up here. What will you notice about Vavasori whenever he wins a set? It's always somebody else winning a set as well. It's never a clear-cut win, at least recently. Only 2-1 wins, which should have given you the green light to certainly expect Casper Ruud to do the business, which he did. Poor old Nadal. His knees are done, a bit like mine. Elsewhere, Danny Evans, well, Stefanos Tsitsipas, far too efficient there. Carlos Alcaraz as well. But look at Greek Sports, second set, nearly did the job. Worth laying at 105. You're going to catch the odd player like Ruud, with the odds go up to 1.5, which relative is a very good trade, isn't it? The ones I starred yesterday, Borna Coric and Rusafori, I thought it would be a competitive one. And possibility to take Coric on, winning the first set in a tiebreaker only. Shapovalov and Bautista Agut, well, went the way of Shapovalov. And David Goffin continues his impressive return to form after, I think, prolonged injury. Magda Linette and Paolini, well, 1.3 favourite doing the job. I like Paolini, so I would have been laying Linette, had Linette scored first. Sorry, that's football. Had Linette won the first set. Zheng, no problem with Zheng. And Iga Swiatek, of course, well, this is what you expect, 1.03. But they will cock up now and again. It costs you nothing to find out. The only way is up, as my close showbiz pal Yaz would say. Corey Goff doing the job as well. Navarro, lost the first set, so that could have been an angle for you yesterday. So as you can see, and I was particularly impressed in calling this. Wozniacki has been very, very competitive, really, in her comeback in the tennis sphere. You look at her matches, thoroughly competitive throughout, and that could have been a nice odds move, despite the odds. So this tennis, for me, it's not about getting a whole raft of their set stats before the match, serve percentages. Rather like the football, you can be overwhelmed with stats, and at the end of the day, if the opponent wins the first set and they're not favourite, just do a little bit of research then. That's the way I approach tennis, and I think I'm doing it quite well. Picking your battles as well is another lesson to learn in the tennis sphere. Pick your battles. Play with who you know. And you see that with the football. We start seeing reliable teams that we know. FC Copenhagen, Brøndby, KUPS. All reliable sorts, as they say in the horse racing terms. Looking on to today, and it's a busy old coupon. We're not at Wednesday already. It's Tuesday. Let's have a look. So we've got the Champions League. I've done the research for you if you want to look at that. But don't forget it. I think it's the first of two legs, or is it the second leg? So it's just a scoreline, really, is the most important element here. So it's a 2-0 lead for Karabakh. That's what I'll do in this video. Just show you the first leg results. And that can give you an angle in. I think Lincoln Red Imps are way out of their depth here. Karabakh should get the job done. Fenerbahce against Lugano. 4-3 from the first leg. All to play for here. Fenerbahce, I think, are under a certain Jose Mourinho. So that's Mourinho at Fener. Let's have a look. Yeah, Jose Mourinho is at Fenerbahce. So that's something for you to think about there. Against Lugano. Very strong favourites today. Petrokub and APOL. 0-1 lead for Apoel. So Petrokub need to score the first goal. 2.5 the favourite. The market's giving both teams a chance. The market is saying this is a very tight affair. Sparta Prague being good in the opening gambits in the Czech League. Shamrock Rovers look way out of their depth. 2-0 loss already. So Shamrock will have to score first. And score the first two goals. Ferencvaros against the New Saints. I fear for the New Saints. Well, it's a 0-5 lead for Ferencvaros. This is dangerous. Trusting Ferencvaros to win today. They can afford to lose 4-0 and still go through. You'll see time and again what I call, I've forgotten the word. Yeah, it's slipped my mind. I've got the brain of Joe Biden this morning. A tolerable loss, that's the word I'm looking for. Ferencvaros will take a tolerable loss of 4-0, 3-0, 2-0. So just be very wary trading any New Saints lead. Slovan Bratislava, 1-1, all to play for against Sedla. I think we played this in the first leg. So some good stats there. Malmo against Klaksvik. How did they get on in the Allsvenskan? Are we seeing the influence already of? No, we're not. Nice. No. Yeah, that could be, and that could be Champions League distractions, couldn't it? But that was a break even for us, wasn't it, at the weekend? If you took out your insurance, which I hope you did, because it was the middle of the second half, so the insurance premium, well, not the middle, but the start of the second half, insurance premium relatively high, but we got away with that. And that is down, and now you can see Bodo Glimt's problems may be down. KUPS's early problems may be down to their European distractions. Should be a comfortable night. What was the scoreline against Klaksvik? It was a 1-4 Malmo win, so it's job done. Just be careful, dead rubbers. I'm not going to trade, I'm not going to research the Conference League. Look at the, oh boy, Pjunik from Armenia playing at Macedonian Struga. Oh, great. That's the match we've all been waiting for, isn't it? Flora Tallinn from Estonia playing Virtus from probably San Marino. Wow, man. I'm surprised they haven't given football fans around the world the day off to watch this. Oh, boy. 2-1 from the first leg for Dritter. So all to play for Breidablik. And look at the odds. 2.4 the favourite, suggesting the market thinks Breidablik have a chance here. Flora, the margarine for men. 0-0 in the first leg. All to play for second leg. And, well, that's an emphatic statement. I wouldn't be putting my money on a Estonian favourite, that's for sure. A 1-2 lead for Struga in the first leg. Punic must make home advantage count and score the next goal to bring it into aggregate. Hammerun, and well, that's 0-0 from the first leg, so all to play for there. And Dekic, who got rid of the new Saints, 2-0 down, or 2-0 up from the first leg against Dinamo Batumi. This was against the market's expectation in the first leg. I think they had Dinamo Batumi as very strong favourites. Let's have a look. 1.36 Dinamo Batumi, very strong favourite. 0-2 down. So, yet again, we're flirting with the market, not being able to read some of these matches. Not all, but some. We also, I think, we take a stroll down Soccer 24's coupon for today. I think we have the men's Olympics. Now, did make a profit with the Canadian ladies. We're looking for that kind of strength today. So we'll work our way down. Scottish Challenge Cup might be worthy of our attention a bit later on, but this looks like it's for the B sides, doesn't it? Celtic B, Hibs B, Motherwell B, Rangers B. So kind of a B sides tournament. I don't know much about these B sides. Highly likely to be illiquid, the Challenge Cup. And illiquid competitions we can't play. Olympic Games today. Well, the previews are available for you, but this is very difficult to get a handle on because unlike the men's internationals, this is under 23s internationals. We have FIFA rankings to give us an angle in. And you can't assume, because the main Spain men's side are so strong, that the under 23s will be the similar. Uzbekistan have caught my attention. They keep scoring against the big guns, the Uzbeks. So I think they'll be worthy favourites today. They took Spain to a 1-1, despite losing 1-3 eventually. And a 0-1 against Egypt. I think Egypt were strong favourites again. No, they weren't. Uzbekistan. I would look to Uzbekistan today, particularly when the market's in their favour, getting a potential result today. Les Frogs are playing New Zealand. USA favourites. It'll be in-play stats based, I'm afraid, this. I've got nothing to offer you, but please do read the previews if you want to. If you want to compound it, maybe look at the previews at soccerway.com, which come from a different source. You'll see when there's a preview, when this eye is lit up. So I don't think it's available here. So you'll have to rely on Soccer 24 for your pre-match previews for the Olympics. So it's a busy enough day. Friendlies, just watch out for big guns. There are a lot of teams going to Japan at the moment. And the USA. Any of the household names out and about today. The mighty Hoff. Well, can still rely on them for goals. They got over 2.5 goals in their last friendly. And that's going to be an interesting match for Norwich. Old Delia Smith up front with Alan Partridge. Should be a fantastic lineup there. Drugs are out and about against Walsall. I was always favour the British side or the English side against the Republic of Ireland side. The Republic of Ireland division is so poor, lacking any strength and depth. So it's a day for secondary teams today. It looks like plenty of English teams out and about playing friendlies because we're knocking on the door of August now. August the 3rd will be the beginning of the football season from my perspective. Tennis-wise today, it's probably the Olympics continuing. And what I tend to do, this immediately grabs my eye. I think Taylor Fritz will have far too much nous for Jack Draper. He's still got the learner plates on, Jack Draper. He may take a set, but I don't think he's going to be beating this gnarled old veteran, Taylor Fritz. So that's really an absolute standout for me today. Agor Elysium, a bit of an Arthur Daly. Can't really trust him. Musetti, I can. He's becoming a really reliable player, isn't he, Musetti? Zverev, well, he did the job at 1.1 last round. Stan the Man might still have something in him. But certainly, I think if Stan the Man wins a set, Popyrin, again, I like Aussies, will have that bite to make this potentially a three-setter. Struff, I like. Very solid player. Daniil Medvedev as well. Is he ranked top 10 or just outside? World number 5. So there we go. A world number 5. You saw yesterday Casper Ruud get in trouble, get back straight away. So you might get an angle in. This is hard court. So this is what I'm talking about. But start getting interested in these. Why? It's the same surface as the next Grand Slam in the US, and it's in the same country, of course. So watch out. This could be a tradable competition. You're expecting these players to give it their all because they want to get some good hard court form under their belts. Korda, US player in the US and favourite, should automatically get your attention. Tennessee Kokkinakis, mate. Where's me strides, mate? Strode, mate. Purcell, mate. All right, mate. Yeah, mate. Nice to see you, mate. Strode. Two Aussies playing each other. Could be a three-setter. Kokkinakis is starting to warm up. He's had a prolonged injury. Yeah, not many players I know, I'm afraid. Frank Tiafoe got us a nice trade at Wimbledon. He is a battler. Angelique Kerber, well, I wouldn't be fancying her. She's on her way out, so to speak. Her best days are behind her. Iga Swiatek got to be laid at 103. This is the Olympics. Svitolina Krejcikova, this looks very tough to call. Well, 10th in the world against 31st. I'll pay that some mind. Paolini, been following her religiously. My new ex-wife, Maria Sakkari. 1.5 only, so the market, yeah, that's because he's playing a top 20 player. Donna Vekic and Corey Goff, I'll be following that one. So it looks good. The ladies' tennis looks good. We have had struggles with liquidity in the Olympics tennis, which is a real pity. It hasn't caught the imagination of Betfarians enough to really pump up the liquidity in the markets. So 11 a.m. start for me. I do like that Taylor Fritz. That's going on my radar today. That will be my first potential play of the day. Because arguably Jack Draper could take a set off him. 27th in the world, world number 12. You know your players. He will give his all. He tends to fight back after losing a set. Jack Draper is learning all the time. He's had the odd hiccup, but he's had the odd win. He got the win against Alcaraz, remember. Which you can see losing against Cameron Norrie, fellow English player. So that would, I think, down to nerves. So he's learning, Draper, I think. Taro Paul, what ranking was Taro Paul? 13th in the world. So bear that in mind because he's playing 12th today. Lost to 13th in London in 3 sets. So that could give you an angle. This is the absolute standout against Alcaraz. Proving Alcaraz is merely a human. Have a great day today. 11 a.m. start for the tennis for me. Let's hope Jack Draper wins the first set. I'll be around certainly for the early kickoffs in the Champions League, Conference League. The Olympics, I think, pretty reasonable kickoff times, 2 o'clock onwards. In-play stats are going to be vital this early stage of the season. Have a great day, and telegrammers at footballtradingprofits.com. I will see you throughout the day.